I told my mom I'm disgusted by and ashamed of my brother. It started when my older brother Ethan showed up at our house out of nowhere after disappearing for months. He's 26, I'm 18. He's always been the golden child, charming, funny, full of potential. But every time he messes up, my parents rush to fix it. When I mess up, it's my fault for not being more like Ethan. This time, he came home with a new truck, expensive clothes, and a watch that cost more than my college savings. He said he'd finally gotten his life together, started his own business. My parents were thrilled. They kept bragging about how he turned things around. But something felt off. He was constantly getting phone calls he wouldn't answer in front of anyone. And when he did, he'd step outside and whisper. A week after he moved back in, I was out running errands and saw Ethan's truck parked outside a nursing home. Not the one where Grandma stayed, but another one across town. I thought maybe he was volunteering or something, so I peeked through the window. He was sitting with this elderly woman smiling, holding her hand while she looked confused. He kissed her cheek and left with a check in his hand. My stomach dropped. That night, I went through his bag while he was showering. There were dozens of blank checks, envelopes with old people's names, and a ledger with amounts next to them. Thousands of dollars. I confronted him. He laughed, said, "Relax, it's not what it looks like." "Then what is it?" I asked. He said he helped seniors manage their finances and that sometimes they show appreciation. He actually smirked. I told him it sounded like scamming. He told me to keep my mouth shut, that I didn't understand business. The next morning, Mom caught me crying in the kitchen and asked what was wrong. I told her everything, every word. She just stared at me. Then she said, "Your brother wouldn't do that. You've always been jealous of him. Don't make up stories." I couldn't believe it. She actually defended him. I showed her the checks, the ledger, everything I found. She still said, "You don't know the full story." Then Ethan came downstairs. She turned on me instantly. "How dare you go through your brother's things? Apologize right now!" Ethan gave me the smug look and said, "You're lucky I don't call the cops for invading my privacy." I told him I hoped the cops did get involved, that I was disgusted by him, that he wasn't helping anyone. He was stealing from vulnerable people. He just shrugged and said, "They have plenty of money." Something in me snapped. I said, "You're not family. You're a parasite." Mom gasped like I'd cursed God. She yelled at me to go to my room. Dad came home later and told me to stop causing drama, that Ethan was under a lot of stress. 2 days later, a woman came to our door. She was crying, holding one of Ethan's business cards. She said her mother had written him a $3,000 check and now her bank account was empty. Mom finally looked scared. Ethan packed up his stuff that night and disappeared again. That was 3 months ago. Last week, the police came asking questions. They said Ethan's been using fake charity, names to steal from elderly people across the state. Mom cried for days, but she still says he just got lost. He's not a bad person. Yesterday, she asked if I'd write him a letter while he's in county jail. I told her no. I told her I'm disgusted and ashamed, not just of him, but of her for letting him get this far. She slapped me hard. I packed a bag and left that night. I'm staying with a friend until I leave for college next month. Sometimes I think about how everyone always said Ethan had so much potential. I guess they were right. He just used it to become a better liar.